Thousands of years before ancient Jews developed Christianity in order to influence Gentiles, the same myths you see in the so-called Holy Bible are found in much older religions celebrated in the same region. Just like the creation myth of Genesis, we can see chaotic waters being separated, a similar sequence of cosmic events to explain the creation of all existence. We can see a sacred garden myth where there's a place where no one dies. And there's actually a male who eats the sacred plant in this version, the oldest version. And then a goddess saves him by taking his rib out and creating a woman out of it. There's a talking serpent. We can see, just like the Epic of Noah, the Epic of Gilgamesh, much older, has a man assemble a boat, put animals onto the boat to prepare for the flood. And this is not just some vague similarity. No, it's so specific that he also sends out a dove to check for land. And just like the tale of Cain and Abel, there's a much older myth where a shepherd and a farmer are competing for divine favor. This time, their god is Inanna, the goddess who is killed, descends to the underworld for 3 days, and is resurrected, just like the character Jesus, invented by Jews much later in order to influence Gentiles. We can see, just like the Moses story, there's also the legend of Sargon, where they also had a baby in a basket going down the river who's intercepted by royalty. And then later on, there's the Code of Hammurabi that resembles the Ten Commandments. There's these similar rules on stone tablets, just the same as the Exodus story. We can see Job's suffering strongly resembles an Akkadian myth. We can see down the line, I could go through each chapter, and when there isn't a similarity, it's something that we can archaeologically, scientifically, or through genetics disprove, such as some of the darker, more evil stuff in the later part of the Moses story, a story we know is completely fiction. Now, this is important to Christians because the magical rabbi, Jesus Christ, is specifically tied to these stories. In the New Testament, he claims these stories are real. He preaches the Torah. He is a Jewish rabbi. And he is said to fulfill this Torah that we know is fake. So rest assured, you have no reason to fear going to hell or any of the other punishments that are promised in these New Testament stories, because we know the Old Testament is fake. And so have no fear. The magical rabbi Jesus is not watching over you. And Yahweh, the God of Israel, the God of the Christian Bible, is 100% fake. Think for yourself.